Looks a bit like rain. To be fair, it was due to rain today and it hasn't happened yet, so we'll see if it does happen. But I've got my tent, so luckily I'm covered just in case. It's adventure time! So it's currently gone 5 PM. I've got about 3 hours of daylight left. I've got a rough idea of where I'm going to camp, so we'll see what it's like. I can hear a few rolls of thunder, so we'll see how that goes. I'm going to have rice and chili beans with some cheese on top for tea, and yeah, enjoy my evening. I've just done 10 days in a row at work, so I'm looking forward to now having 4 days off, which is great. So, I'm currently walking along a hiking route that I've been on before. About 2 years ago, I walked along here in my attempts to try and walk 100,000 steps in one day, which is about 50 miles, and this was just a nice section of that route because it was quite flat, which my legs appreciated at the time. I can still hear rolls of thunder, so we'll see if that turns into anything else. There's no rain yet though, so far so good. Made it to a lovely spot, although there are lots of midges around. So I think the first thing I'm going to do is pitch my tent and then set my food cooking just outside the door. It's not meant to rain, so I think I'll probably just put the inner up, but it's such a lovely spot and all the heathers in bloom, and I'm going to get a lovely sunset. There are so many midgies, which I guess I should have expected because there's no wind. But yeah, I'm just so glad I brought my tent. So, apart from all the midgies, it's actually a really cool spot, and I just ended up with a really beautiful sunset. So, I was going to have some tea. I found a really interesting flavoured tea, Jaffa cake flavoured tea. Now, Jaffa cake is a type of biscuit which is kind of like got a soft cake thin layer, then a layer of like jelly, orange flavoured jelly goo, and then that bit's got a chocolate coating on top. And I found a tea version of it and I thought I'd give it a go. But with this many midgies, I think I might give it a pass until they either move on or I'll make it in the morning if I can. But I do have some biscuits which are outside and I'm gonna risk it for a biscuit. I have some like chocolate hobnob biscuits, so I'm going to eat some of those and read my book, which is this evening. Tonight I'm reading Is It Really Green by Georgina Wilson Powell, and this kind of dives into every aspect of environmental related things in the world and evaluates how green they really are. So, there's definitely something smug about being inside a tent when midgies and I think now there's a few mosquitoes are trying to get in. But I'm going to sit back, relax. I've got my journal to catch up on and drink a nice little cheeky cider, and yeah. Whew. I'm going to sleep really well in here, I think. It's not meant to rain, so I should get a lovely view of the stars tonight. And yeah, it's going to be lovely and peaceful. Despite the midgies, but to see all the heather in bloom, I'm so glad I caught it. I think some cows are getting fed over there. So yeah, I'm so, like, the colours are so beautiful out here at the moment, at dusk. Just a shame about the midgies, otherwise I would have spent so much more time out here. I would have cooked my meal out here, I would have had a nice cup of tea and enjoyed the beautiful surroundings. But c'est la vie, you can't win them all, I guess. And it's just the way it is. At least it's not as bad as Scotland, or I know when I was in New Zealand there's sandflies there and their bites really hurt. But yeah, midgies are just annoying. So, I will probably say goodnight here, because I'm just going to go in my tent and read and relax. So, I'll say goodnight here, and I'll see you in the morning. So beautiful. So yeah, whew, midgies. But yeah, I'll see you in the morning. Good night. I slept so well. I think I must have fallen asleep at maybe 9:30. I think I woke up just before my alarm at about 5. But yeah, there was quite a chill that came down, like my tent is covered in condensation and I was just warm enough I could feel like a faint coldness coming through my sleeping bag, even though I do have my baby bag too. But yeah, everything's quite damp. But yeah, it's so beautifully quietly. I can see a midgie. They're starting to wake up. But yeah, it's so beautifully quiet here. So still. There's a river down there that I can hear. And it did say that mist would be happening this morning and I can just see it behind me. I think this lovely sight, this landscape is going to be enveloped by fog very shortly. It definitely feels like the end of summer is drawing near, because it's the end of August. But this definitely feels a lot colder than previous wild camps recently. It definitely feels like the cusp of autumn trying to push its way in. I think I was only just warm enough last night. I know I was quite exposed and I didn't have the outer on my tent, but that condensation that was kind of sweeping across the land definitely added an extra chill. Ooh, it's so wonderful to sit outside my tent and not be being harassed by midgies. Although, maybe give it an hour or two and they probably will be here. So I've just put my Jaffa Cake tea bag in, so we'll see how this tastes. Just there's kind of like random patches of fog all around me and I'm kind of like the epicenter of it. Yeah, I do wonder how warm it is. I think I'm going to see if I can get some kind of travel thermometer. What would be really cool if you could get some kind of thermometer which stayed on throughout the night and you could calculate and track the temperature throughout. So if anybody knows any portable, lightweight, reliable thermometers that would gauge that for me, put a suggestion down below because I would be really interested to know how cold it got last night. Kind of just tastes like really weak tea. I did let it brew for a couple of minutes. I just keep watching little isolated areas of fog and how they kind of change that scenery. Like over there now it's just completely fogged. Yeah, this is why I wild camp. Moments like this. It is a bit sad that summer's almost over. I do wish I could have fit in more wild camping. I would love to do another hike before the end of the summer. I can try and fit one in. And then I'd love to do even more hikes next summer. I've been slowly chipping away at the tiny house. I've been fitting the gas lines, which has been quite interesting. I've been bending copper pipe, which did bend a lot easier than I thought it would. Obviously I knew it would bend, but I was just worried I'd put a kink in it and stress it too far and put a crack. So I've attached it to the gas hob and the gas oven, attached it to the gas bottle, but I'm still getting air leaks, which is frustrating. I need to change the Jubilee clip and hopefully that'll fix the problem and then I can bake something in my tiny house. I think I'd definitely camp here again. I think I would probably take a shorter route to get here. I think there's an easier route. I figured out a better way to get here. But that's really good because it means I can come back here again. Maybe when there's a bit of a slight breeze, just to avoid the midgies. And I think whilst I've been so focused on the midgies, I didn't notice anything about the ticks. I hardly saw any, which is good. Whilst they're hiding. So yeah, I guess I should probably rate this wild camp. I think this wild camp is easily a 9 out of 10. Obviously the only downside was the midgies, which took me by surprise. Yeah, the location was amazing. The sunset was beautiful. The night was really stunning. I slept like a boss. I had a really good meal. The rice, the chili beans and the cheese, which together was really nice. And yeah, the walk here was really relaxing. I'm going to eventually pack down. My tent's definitely going to need hanging out when I get home. And yeah, wander back to my car, which is a lot of down and a lot of uphill. Whew. I don't know if you can tell by my now erratic movements, but the midgies are back. Whew. So yeah, tent down. I'm going to quick check that I've got everything and then we can head back. That really was a really lovely spot. And now the sun has now risen and it's starting to get nice and warm. But yeah, it's going to marvel at this, the heather in bloom.